Hey everybody, happy Information Wednesday. Shalise McQueen here at the Shalise McQueen Agency out of Scottsdale, Arizona. We have some breaking news today. As of today, July 1st, 2020, Arizona has changed some laws that affect your auto insurance. I'm going to go into those changes right now and give you the necessary steps that you need to take to make sure that you're compliant. As of today, July 1st, 2020, Arizona has changed the state required minimums for auto insurance. The prior minimums were $15,000 bodily injury, $30,000 per accident, and $10,000 property damage. As of today, those limits have been increased to $25,000 bodily injury, $50,000 per accident, and $15,000 property damage. So what does that mean for you? What this means for you is if you have the prior state required minimums, you need to contact your insurance carrier immediately and make sure that you're compliant. Because what's going to happen if you were to get stopped and your insurance was ever challenged, you would probably be fined for not having the proper state required coverage. Now what will happen automatically upon renewal is your insurance company will of course renew you at the higher liability limits. However, depending on when your renewal policy falls, you may be months from now. And so it's important that you make sure that your auto insurance is compliant. If you have an agent like me, you're probably in good hands. But if you don't, I'd make sure that you're proactive and reach out to your insurance agent and carrier to make sure that you have the proper coverage. But while we're on the topic of bodily injury and the Arizona state requirements, if you think about an average auto accident, again, I talked about this last week with an umbrella policy. We have whiplash alone the reported settlement for whiplash alone is around $18,000 to $26,000. So at the new required minimum for Arizona law, $2,550, that barely gets you there to coverage whiplash. And just think about driving down the road and you happen to see an auto accident. No matter how minor or major the damage is, you can just imagine how little your policy at $2,550 is going to get you. For example, our cars come with all these bells and whistles and technologies, and you have sensors on all of our bumpers and everything. Those sensors are very expensive. And so that money that you have for your auto policy is quickly eaten up. So I encourage you, while you're increasing your limits, to really look at what it looks like to maybe have 300 limits. 100, 300 limits, I would say more of as a moderate coverage for your auto insurance. And I would definitely recommend why you're increasing your limits to meet the new state requirement. Look at what it looks like to have 100, 300 limits across the board. I think that puts you in a much better position in the event that you do have an auto accident. Plus, not to mention, again, we are in Arizona. We have a huge issue with uninsured and underinsured drivers. And I think it's our responsibility to make sure that we are properly covered in the event that we happen to have a run-in with one of these drivers. It's a great time to shop your rates. If I could be of any assistance to you and kind of explain what these coverages look like, do an audit against your current policy, I'm happy to do so. It'd be my pleasure. My phone number is 602-525-5665, or you can email me at cmcqueen@farmersagent.com. Make sure you have an agent on your side that you can trust and is looking out for you. And again, I would just take a moment to look at your policy and make sure you're compliant and that you have the coverage that suits your needs and is going to be beneficial to you in the event that you ever have to use your insurance. Until next week, stay tuned and thanks for tuning in.